Hey, welcome back, guys. Okay, so let's deal with slider images. Now, it's always a good idea to capitalize on code that you already have. So in this case, we have, because slider images pretty much, let me go back to the home side. So as you can see here, there's an image and there's a title and then there's a description down here. So we have three inputs that we need. We need a title, description, and an image, and that's it. So three columns that we need. Now, dealing with images, we've already done that with the profile. So if I go back to our admin and click on profile, so you can see there's this part here where we already dealt with sending text content like this about and one of these. So we can have one like the title and the description, and then we have an image. And then I also like this tab thingy where we can put slider 1, put the content, slider 2, slider 3, etc. Okay, so instead of struggling, let's copy what's already here, that's already done, and use it for our slider images. This is the beauty of code. So what I'll do is, let's make sure that our page actually works when we click on it. So what I'll do is, I think it's better also that we see page not found when we click on a thing that doesn't work, because right now it just seems like I'm on the dashboard. Also, this doesn't really select which one of these is active, so we need to change all those things. So first of all, when I click something, I want it to show page not found if the page is not found on the admin section. So let's see what I can change about this. So I'm just going to close, oh, by the way, to make your Sublime text look like this, if you want, you can go to Preferences, and which one is this? Select Theme, yes. Auto is this one here. This is what I'm normally used to, but you can go with default dark like that. Yeah, okay. That's how I changed it to that. All right, so what I wanted to do was go to the admin controller, and then we have courses here. We have, okay, so the index here should be probably the default. If none of these were found, which is courses, we should put this one as page not found, the index. And then if instead of the index we can put .dashboard on one of these. So what I can do is let's see here. Is index. Okay, this has to do with okay, let me not waste time on this one. We will fix it, no worries. For now, what I want to do is, let me deal with the users thing. I don't want to waste time on this. So let's select the profile thing here and copy everything. So up to the end, up to there, Control-Shift-D. Let's duplicate, reuse code that already works. And this one now is an issue. So if I click on slider images, you see now, oh yeah, that error, of course. You see now that the this part here, this is supposed to be the what's this? The function name, images, sliders. But in this case, we have two words, slider dash images, and we can't name a function like this. So let's come back here and see that. If I say slider dash images, this is an illegal operation and not recognized. So if I refresh, this is the error I get. But we can use an underscore like this and it will work just fine. The only problem is it won't be found because it's looking for one with a dash. So what we can do to fix this problem is to tell it to look for one with an underscore if necessary, right? Because we know we can never have a function with a dash So it should also always be changed to an underscore. So we can do that in the app section here. So when I come to at this point where we're checking if a method exists of my method here, right? So my method is equal to this, or if it doesn't exist, set it to that. So we can put just one more line here and say my method is equal to, and whatever method we've given it already right there. We can do a string replace. So let's do string replace. And what are we searching for? We're searching for a dash. Let's always change that to an underscore like that when we are dealing with the method, and the subject is the same. So once we do that, then every time a method has a dash, it will be replaced with an underscore. That way, problem was solved. Look at that. So we're on slider images, but because we added profile content, this is why we see this. But I don't need this. I just need this part, and I want to customize it to my liking. So what I'll do is go to the views in the admin. So this one is the, oh, wait a minute, that's in the admin. I've added this slider images, and let's go down here. Let's not edit any of this. Let's just go here where it shows us what to load. Now in this case we can do slider images because we can save a file with a dash like this. So let me save that. Now we need to make sure the file exists, so I'm going to copy the profile view itself, select it, copy everything, and right click on admin, new file, paste, save. And I'm saving this. Instead of profile view, I'm doing slider dash images. Wait, did I say image singular or plural? Not sure. Anyway, yeah, images. I can close the profile view. So from this now, it still looks exactly the same, but we've loaded the right view. It's only that it has the same content as the profile thing. So what I want to do is remove that side that has the user image. So there are two rows here, two cards. This section right there has, wait, these are breadcrumbs here. So instead of users, wait, why does it even, interesting. This should have said admin and then profile, but here it's slider images in this case. We don't need a name there, out of my way. So maybe we can edit that in here. So it's home, admin, and then profile, and then the name. That makes more sense. Okay, so back here to slider images, and there's this part that I want to remove. This card here that shows the user information and some Facebook links. This is the part right there. So let's delete. Make sure we select the opening div and closing and delete. Okay, I don't know what this is for. No, I need to delete the whole thing here. So make sure opening and closing are all taken out. Boom. Okay, so let's refresh, and this is what we get, right? But I want it a bit wider so it can reach the end here. So all I need to do is change that to 12, and it will take up the entire space because Bootstrap has a column system of 12. Okay, so now it's taking the whole space. Very cool. But what I want on these tabs is for them to say slider 1, slider 2, blah blah blah. And how many slider images do we have though? I need to check that out. Let's go back to the home view, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of them. So back here, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you know? Okay, so back to this, and for now I'll leave everything named as it is, even though it says profile, blah blah. So what I'll do is just change these ones. I'll say slider 1, and then copy that, paste it on one of these, paste, just change that with 2, and then 3, of course, and then 4, and then slider 4. Now everything I'll put on slider 1 will be copied to the rest, but actually slider 2 is the one that has what we really need. Slider 1, not so much. It just displays information. We don't need that. We just need this right here. So let me delete all the information from the other sliders. So I'm just going to come here. This is the so-called about section. Let's see. About. Okay, cool. We really don't need the titles, do we? But you can put something there, at least, if you want to. And then this, wait a minute. Profile overview, that's a div. Where does it end? Wherever does it end? Wait a minute, I'm confused here. Oh, it's profile image. Right. About. So what I can do is just leave the title, everything else in here. This is where the div starts and it ends over here. So I'll remove everything from this particular div except the title. Then I'll do the same thing here. There's a form in there, that's nice. We have a title there. I'll change this to slider image, like so. This is the main one, the one in the middle. Let me select that and look for the closing div, which is way down here. Okay, so the rest I will just need to remove everything in them because I will replace with what I'll do in div number 2. So select this one as well, delete everything up to, let's see, poop. Okay, so we have empty ones and one that has content. So here this one is empty, this one slider image, this one empty, and that's empty. Cool. Now on the empty one here, I want to leave only what I need. So of course I need one that shows a description and one that shows a title. So I'll leave first name as a title, remove this and leave about as a description. Then I will simply remove the rest. So back here, let's see, we have the back button, save changes, that's great. And let's move along. I'm just going to select everything here because I know I don't really need it until the about section. Delete that. Let me delete up to here. It's always important to make sure you delete the opening and closing, otherwise you cause problems. So this is phone number, we don't need. So select this, make sure I get both opening and closing tags. All of this will go up to company there. The about section is the limit. So instead of about, I'll just say slider description. And last name, we don't need either, so remove. We just need the first name, and let's change that to slider title. Slider, I'll call it heading, like that. Okay, then we have an image, pretty cool. So back here, refresh, and there we go. So we have the slider image, we have the slider heading, we have the slider description. Very nice. So the image, of course, doesn't look too slider-like. So let's limit the height to what we see here. Let me go to where the image is. Where are we? So the height right now is at 200. Maybe let's add a little bit more. Let's add 300. Let me see that for a second. Maybe a bit too much, but it's okay. Let's make sure that its width is max width. Width 100%. And let's remove max width as well. So it's free to roam the space. Not so good, is it? Width of 100%. Why is it not 100%ing? This is not cool. Okay, maybe the div itself here is restricting the file. So what I can do, sometimes when you can't see what's going on, just put some background color. Yeah, background Why does it only have image instead of color? That's strange. Let's just put a hideous background color like red and see how far it goes. Oh, so it does go this far. Very cool. Okay, so that's not where the problem is. The problem is it's display flex, right? Okay, so which means this part and the selector are sharing the space. Now I want them to share they're sharing the left and right space, but I want them to share the top and down space. So what I can do instead of this background color, I can tell it to say flex direction. Let's change that to column so that it flexes up down instead of left right. So let's refresh. Yep, there it is now. Selected file, none. Wait, did I change anything really? Let me undo for a second there. Okay, yeah, so that was on this side. So let me leave the background color so I can still see what's going on. Flex direction, column. Let's see what's happening. Refresh. Okay, so things have gone down, but what's with the image? Dude, what's going on? Width 100%, height 300 pixels. What is up here? Okay, maybe let me remove the display flex. Sometimes the easiest thing is, sheesh, that didn't seem to do nothing. Okay, what is going on here? Ah, right, whoa, okay, this is for JavaScript, not really a class name. What is happening? Okay, let me try and remove the class name. Maybe it's involved in some CSS. No, it isn't. So I'll undo that. Width 100, height. Let's remove object fit. Let me see what that will do. Oh, this is how the image itself is, right? Is the image floating? I don't understand, because images, you see, they're naturally going to fill up the entire space that they occupy, right? So what's going on with this guy? What have I done wrong here? Div, yes. I don't need any of the flex direction column for now. This I don't need. So what is going on? Okay, let me try minimum width 100%. Sometimes maybe there's a, yeah, there we go. You know, with what's this? With Bootstrap, because it has extra, let me show you what's going on here. If you ever have a problem like this where you can't really figure out what the CSS is going on, just right click and inspect that element. And then always on this side here you have these styles, right? So what you can do is just go through these and switch off one of them at a time, and see what effect it has. Then you will know which one is, yeah. So you can see here there's a max width of 120 pixels, which is centered on the profile edit image. So this class is way above the image. The only reason this is happening is because of the classes that are above here, which is profile image or something above there. So that's where it's coming from. So if I switch off this one, you see that's what's happening there. And this one is max width 120 pixels as the maximum, right? So we can override that by putting our max width of our own. So instead of width, we just say max width 100%, and that should solve the problem. All right, so let me refresh that. And no, not max width, minimum width, right? That way it's forced to go all the way. Boom. Okay, there we go, Mr. Ed. Now we can remove the background red here, and I don't need the display flex anymore, because just by removing it, that creates a display a flex column kind of thing, like this one right here. All right, so things are looking good, looking up. We have our interface. So once we finish with this one, we can just copy everything over to the next, to the others. So now we need to make it functional so that we can actually put things here, change the image, etc., etc. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.